Hey, it's Nelson Medora here, and today I'm going to talk to you about Copywriting Course. What is it? Why would you even use this? Well, let me start by giving you a quick analogy. So let's say you have a website that sells stuff, and you want to make all the marketing on there a little bit better. So you kind of channel your inner marketer to make some advertising materials, you make some emails, you make a homepage, and you put it out there. Hooray! But the results just aren't great. They're not generating sales. People aren't coming in. People are not responding to it. Now, maybe your product is really, really good. You know it's good, but the problem is it's just not selling. So what's going on? So this is when a lot of people will do some searching for how to improve stuff, and they come across the art of copywriting, and they go, what is this copywriting thing? It seems like everyone's talking about it. It seems like it's the best way to make your materials better on your website and all of your marketing and all of your ads. So what copywriting is, it's the act of making all of your marketing materials better by kind of shifting around the words. And our approaches to it is shifting around the words, the images, the videos, anything you could do to get in front of customers' eyeballs. How can we shift around things a little bit to make it better? And what you'll find out is that copywriting is the activity that uses the least effort, yet gets the most results of any marketing activity out there. Now, if you're a designer and you want to redesign a page, that's great. But if the page is not conveying what people really want, the page is not conveying why people should buy this, and the page is not conveying the reason that they're going to get their return out of this, their hard-earned purchase, then the page is not going to do well if it looks really pretty. It comes down to really good copywriting. And copywriting is a psychology of seeing why people want to buy something. Actually, with copywriting, people are more likely to buy and be happy with their purchases because you're not fooling them into buying a product. You're showing them how it's going to help them a lot. So that's what Copywriting Course is. It's a training program where you will get taught the art of copywriting. You will also get practice at the art of copywriting. You also get live feedback. And hint, this is one of the best things on there. And the other thing is you will take all these changes and implement them on your business. So we teach and help you write content that attracts customers, that converts customers, that delights customers, and just in general, keeps people wanting to read. So we go through and help with people with stuff like learning better emails. So we can teach and help you write emails that bring in sales, meaning we have a course called the Email Writing Course, where it explains the fundamentals of writing a really good email. But not only that, that's just step one. The next step is really having you implement that stuff on your own business and then come back to us in our 24/7 forum or our weekly office hours and talk to us and say, hey, how do I make this email better? And myself and professional writers give you actual updates to your email. And a lot of times we just rewrite them because it's sometimes just easier to rewrite them than actually just explaining what to do. And then we also teach and help you write sales pages that are structured well and convert well. I mean, if you have a web page or sell anything online, generally people land on some sort of page that has some sort of buy now button. And if that page is not good, they leave. But if that page is really good at explaining your product and why they're going to get a great return out of your product, then maybe they'll buy more. So we can help you to make a much better sales page. We're so good at this. We also teach and help you make pricing structures that can potentially make it rain. A lot of people have bad pricing. Sometimes they'll have just one price that scares people away. Well, we'll teach you to make something like a 2 or 3-tier pricing structure that can give people the flexibility to spend a little bit of money with you, but continuously over time, or maybe spend one time a large amount of money. So we not only talk about copywriting with this, but actually business strategy on updating your pricing. And a lot of times, a small change to your pricing structure can really make a big difference on your overall business. We also help and teach you and craft email newsletters that draw in readers. So a lot of companies are now sending out email newsletters because it's a great way to stay top of mind. And email newsletters are almost better than blogs in a certain way because you send out a blast and a bunch of people open them right away. Whereas if you send out a blog post, you have to wait till someone comes to your blog to read it. So in that sense, email newsletters are so much more engaging. And they're so much harder to write than blogs because you have to have a really interesting email newsletter. Otherwise, people can unsubscribe to you. So lately, a lot of people have been coming to us for writing email newsletters, and we can help improve those a lot. The other thing that I'm really excited to teach people about is how to write autoresponders that retain your audience. So this means, let's say you don't want to send out an email all the time, or you don't have time to write an email every week. Well, guess what? You could take some of your best content and organize it in an email autoresponder, which drips out that content week after week after week. And guess what? You don't do anything. You do one setup of this autoresponder initially, and then it goes out to all these people. So for example, if you sign up to Copywriting Course right now, you will get an autoresponder drip feed. And for about 3 to 6 months, that's not even me sending it. And the funny thing is, this gets people excited to read all of my content that they may have missed. It actually sells people, so it holds sales and stuff. And the good part is I don't actually do that. I set it up once and it just keeps going. So these automations are very, very powerful. And with Copywriting Course, you can transform every piece of your marketing from bad copy into good copy. That means if you have a sales page that's not converting, we'll post it in our forum and our writers can say, hey, you need to change this around. You have no social proof on this place. What if you added some testimonials there? Or if you really want to up that, you can come to office hours and talk to me directly every single week. And you can say, hey, Neville, what's wrong with the sales page? Can I make it better? And the other thing is, we do that all for your sales pages, but not also your emails, also your social media posts, also your ad copy, basically every piece of copy that you put out. Even a lot of people come to us for YouTube scripts and video scripts, and those people get their stuff changed around to make it a much better script, which makes a much better video, which means much better results, which means much better sales. So that's a basic overview on Copywriting Course. And in this next section, I'm going to go over how you will learn all of this stuff. Okay, so our job is to teach you copywriting. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, there's many different ways to learn copywriting, but after teaching tens of thousands of students copywriting and working with thousands of different companies to train their writers, to train their employees to do copywriting, I've come up with a system that might help you, and it's called the Copywriting Roadmap. And this is how I suggest you learn copywriting and sales in order. So this is the Copywriting Roadmap, a high-level overview of it. And basically there's 4 different parts. There's the core copywriting concepts that you need to learn. There's email writing, social media writing, and website writing. If you can master all of these, you will become a pretty good full stack marketer. This is a full breakdown of the Copywriting Roadmap. So as you can see, you start with 3 different courses in the core copywriting concepts section. You go 3 different courses in email writing, newsletters, email autoresponders, 3 different courses on social media writing, creating ads and creating images for your content, and then finally website writing. And this is website writing to optimize all your pages on a website, do search engine optimization, and then also finally build digital products. So this means to be able to sell something like a course online or a document online or a process that you have online. This is a way to monetize some of your knowledge. And so if you go through this copywriting roadmap, it covers all of the basics of marketing and copywriting that you really want to learn. As a member of Copywriting Course, you actually get access to all of these right away. So you can see all of the courses over here, and you can just go in order as we put them out. So as you can see, it's really easy to browse them, click on a lesson, watch the videos, and move on. The other way to navigate the Copywriting Course is to go a la carte and watch what you need to learn right now. So let's say you really are interested in creating a newsletter. You can go to the newsletter section and start watching those videos about newsletters and get what you need right away. In fact, 93% of people say they saw a return on investment from the Copywriting Course after watching only a few videos. Check out some of these results. So Dean said, within a few minutes of watching some videos, I was buzzing with ideas on how to change my emails. The next day, we had our highest sales day ever from a promotion I wrote the same day as signing up for Copywriting Course. As you can see, that's a huge return on investment from just watching a few quick videos and then jumping into your work. My goal here is not to make you watch me talk on camera all day long. My goal is to give you some ideas to go out into the real world and make real world changes to your business or at your job that actually increase sales. Here's another testimonial. Rob said, I'm rewriting our landing page using everything I've learned from the videos in this course. Huge improvement already. Once again, a great result from just watching a couple of videos. Here's another one from CN. This is such an awesome course. I'm learning so much about marketing as well as copywriting. I'm seeing all the mistakes I've made in the past and learning how to correct them. This is huge. A lot of times you'll be making mistakes on your copy, you'll be making mistakes on your web page, and then you see one of our videos and you're like, oh, that's the way to do it. That's a better way. And you go back and change it and see results right away. And finally, look what Laura said. Better copywriting is making a huge difference in all of our marketing outreach. Thanks for the brilliant courses. So just by watching a couple of videos, it's already making real world impacts. So before Laura even used our 24/7 review forum, before she used any of the office hours, just watching a couple of videos changed the outcome of their marketing outreach. That is a very big deal. And I hope you understand that just watching a couple of our videos can just prod your mind into the right direction and change the way you write copy or do marketing forever. One of the things you get with the copywriting course is 24/7 reviews. That means you get feedback and rewrites from professional copywriters inside of our community. So we, of course, teach you lessons through our videos, but we also give you live help and support along the way. So we'll just kind of hold your hand in case you need support along the way. Our motto is to write with you. So improvement happens naturally. This is like me and you are just sitting at a computer together and you're watching over my shoulder as I correct your copy. So yes, you can watch videos and learn stuff, but then when you implement it, sometimes people will have questions. Well, that's what our 24/7 review forum is for. You can just submit your copy over there and get feedback on it right away, oftentimes just rewrites. You can even post your actual copy for us to review. And honestly, this is the best way. If someone needs something rewritten or someone else to look at it for them, just post it in our forum and myself and all the writers get pinged right away and it notifies them, taps them on the shoulder and say, hey, someone needs help. And they go in and they give their best crack at the copy or give you feedback or critiques. So here's someone asking about how to update some LinkedIn posts. And then within the same day, they get multiple professional copywriters giving helpful feedbacks or full rewrites. So I actually chimed in over here and gave some advice plus rewrites on certain sections of this guy's post. And then someone else jumped in over here and gave some strategy and rewrites. And someone else jumped in and gave some tips and rewrites. This is super, super, super valuable because in the copywriting course, our goal is to transfer all of our copywriting experience to you so you can apply it forever to all your marketing and without our help. And the best way to do this is by teaching you some lessons, you writing your own copy, and then us giving feedback. That is the feedback loop that makes you better. Just listen to some of these awesome testimonials about our 24/7 review forum. So John said, this community inspires me and the practical feedback helps me make smart marketing decisions. And I thought I was just going to learn copywriting here. Thanks for the gold marketing advice. This is so awesome to hear because people also get inspired by this community. Even people who don't post in the community follow along and watch as people improve their copy, share their results, and then they're like, oh my God, that's so smart. I could do that. And then they get inspired and go work on their own business from what they learned there. Here's another one. Gordon said, my business won a Best Business Award today, partly because of the website copy you guys helped me with. A huge thank you for your help. So this is pretty cool. Just by posting in our forum, Gordon got a Best Business Award because we were helping him with his web pages and we were helping improve here, critique that a little, change that around, and then sometimes rewrite pieces of the headlines and the copy. And for that, he won a Best Business Award. That is so cool and amazing to hear people having success stories like this. Candace said, just wanted to drop a line to say how much I am enjoying your copywriting course. There's so much to learn and I'm mind blown by how much value I'm getting for what I'm paying. Your copywriters are fab in helping me get a clearer message across, and they are so helpful with their feedback on my autoresponder emails. I post so often to get my copy reviewed, and I love their honesty and feedback. This is awesome to hear. Thank you, Candace. And what's going on here is that Candace will post in our 24/7 review forum. Myself, the other writers, the other community members will go through and give feedback on every single piece of copy she has. So this was about pages, it was home pages, it was sales pages, it was pricing packages, it was the offering she was giving. All of these things she got help on, and she got so much help out of it because she was getting feedback. And that is the most important thing you can get. Sometimes we look at our own pages so much that we kind of get like this familiarity blindness. And it's hard to update your own stuff after a while. You look at it so many times and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to update. So just posting this in the feedback forum means you're going to get professional copywriters and other community members looking at it, picking it apart and making it better so you can do better in your sales. And lastly, Cameron said this: I'm really happy with the performance of my blog post. Lots of traffic, high CTR, and most importantly, it brought in 7 leads in 7 days. Thank you for all the suggestions and rewrites. So what happened here was Cameron went through and had a blog post to be rewritten, or it was doing okay. So he posted it, said, hey, what's wrong with this? And myself and the writers went through and gave suggestions, rewrote different parts, said we should structure it like this. And now it's getting lots of traffic, a higher click-through rate. And most importantly, like he said, it's bringing in 7 leads in 7 days. That means every single day he's getting a lead, which is a huge improvement compared to 0 leads, right? So that's what the Copywriting 24/7 review forum is all about. Take a piece of your copy or ask a question or take a page from your website and post it to us, and we'll rewrite it, redo it, give you suggestions, and prod you and poke you and push you in the right direction. So let's talk about the live office hours that are a part of Copywriting Course. And what these are is weekly live calls to speak with Neville directly and go over your content and strategy. That's right. Jump on a call with me and talk strategy, ask questions, or get copy rewritten. Now, as a copywriter, my hourly rate is many hundreds of dollars per hour. However, members of Copywriting Course get access to me every single week. Not only do they get access to our 24/7 review forum where I'm in as well and all the writers, I actually get on a video call and talk to about 8 people each time. And here's the funny thing. A lot of people will join these calls just to see what other people are doing. And here's the reason why. These office hours are kind of a safe space for us to talk about our email list size, the traffic we're making, the money we're making, and they do not get published to the general public. There's replays of them, but only Copywriting Course members can see them. So people are a lot more honest about their stuff than they would be than if they were just talking about this on social media. So even people who don't participate will watch these either live or in the replay so they can get ideas and see different marketing methods and see if they can learn lessons from other people and other members. Now, why would you want to come to an office hours? Well, first of all, if you have questions, you could just ask me. But here's a big reason. And what happens is, let's say you're working on a sales page and you see it 100 times. Well, it's so much that you get familiarity blindness and it traps you in a box, making it hard to think of brand new ideas. You kind of get stuck inside this box and you can't get out. Well, you can jump on an office hours call to get out of that box and run ideas by myself and others. And people in the comments can participate also and give you ideas while we're talking. We've had some awesome interactions inside of our office hours where people will jump in. For example, someone will say, hey, I'm trying to reach out to lawyers, but I don't know if they're going to like this. And someone on the call is a lawyer. And so we'll get her on the call and say, what would you think of this? And we have all these serendipitous moments on these office hours. So much cool stuff happens during the office hours that people have told me that this alone is worth the entire price times 10. It's like free consulting every single week. So do you have to come to every office hours? Absolutely not. We record them for members only, and only concurrent members can actually watch them. And so you can watch people really build their businesses off of these. Marie said, from our last office hours, the pricing page you helped with just saw a 13% increase from the changes. I'm stunned. This is so awesome to hear because in the 10 minutes that we spoke on office hours, I just suggested a different pricing structure, and that saw a 13% increase in sales. That means month after month, they're going to make 13% more from that page. That is awesome. Jerry said, we're getting a 25% response rate to the cold email you made us in office hours. This is huge for us. So this is awesome to hear. A 25% response rate to a cold email is very, very high. And before he was getting under 3. So this is a massive, massive jump. For every 100 emails they send, 25% of people are responding. That's unreal. Leah said, my weekly emails are a hit. Thank you for helping me do these right. So a lot of people have been coming to us with email newsletters and they say, hey, Is this good? Why are people not responding? And since we do so many email newsletters and get exposure to so many big email lists behind the scenes, we kind of know what we're doing with emails. And so we can say, what if you change this around? What if you change it like this? What if you named the email this? What if you sent it out at this time? And we can go over all that stuff really quick, back and forth, live while sharing screens on our live office hours call. And then finally, Frederico said this: Neville, I got one piece of advice in office hours that probably saved me years of time. I'm in the fitness industry, and you basically said to ditch the blog post because it's an uphill battle with thousands of competitors and little way to differentiate. I focused on the other avenues that were already working well to get clients. Just this piece of advice was worth it. I tripled the other avenues. So this was a pretty cool call on office hours. He was trying to write blog posts to get SEO traffic, and it was just kind of going nowhere. And I kind of gave him the lay of the land of what I thought about SEO and the type of things that he was trying to do. And I started prodding. I said, hey, where are you getting your clients from? And we started having just basically this little mini consult on the call. And I quickly realized that he should not be wasting his time doing blog posts. Even though we always encourage people to do blog posts, that's not where his traffic was coming from. That's not where his clients were coming from. So we focused on these other avenues and triple those by taking away the focus from blog posts and going to the other avenues that were actually working well for this guy. And so that's the benefit of office hours. Instead of just trying to improve the copy, sometimes we can have these moments where we're like, wait a second, I think we're missing the forest for the trees. I think we're trying to improve the copy here when in reality, we should be doing something totally different. And that's why live office hours are cool. It's like having a face-to-face conversation, and I'm always sharing my screen so you can see what I'm doing, what I'm writing, and I can pull up your website, I can pull up your copy, I can pull up your emails and go over them live. This alone is worth the entire price of Copywriting Course. So let's go over some results people have got from Copywriting Course. Now, this is through a combination of watching videos in our courses area, posting feedback in our feedback forum, and then also coming to live office hours. Let's jump right into some real life examples. Dylan made $28,000 with one email. I know this sounds crazy, but this kind of stuff happens all the time. So he went in our members forum, posted his cold email that he was sending to people, and it was really falling flat. Myself and the writers instantly saw some things that he could update on the email, made it a little bit better. And then whenever he sent it out, he made $28,000 from one sale. That's insane results. So I would say that Dylan more than 10x his investment in Copywriting Course and got way more out of it than he ever thought. The other cool thing is now that he knows how to position emails and make good emails like that, he could do it again and again, whether it's selling printers or whether it's some other sales job. That's the benefit of Copywriting Course. Once you learn how to do marketing and position the psychology of writing well, you could do it to everything that you sell in the future. Or let's take Charlotte. She actually sold out her beta course launch in one day. And what she did was she came to our office hours on how to structure a product launch. And she kind of knew what she wanted to do, but wasn't sure and had a lot of questions. So for 2 months straight, she came to office hours every Thursday to get feedback and rewrites on her launch emails. And this was a set of emails that she was going to send out to a group of people who she thought were kind of interested in her product. And sure enough, she landed 6 clients that paid for her first beta course. And she said she almost cried. And so now she's on 2 weeks into her program. And this is a big deal for a lot of people that they kind of know what they want to do, but they don't have the confidence to do it yet. And so whenever you come to office hours and get some professional help and have other people look at it and other people review it, critique it, and make it better, it makes you a lot more confident to get started and see what happens next. And for her, she sold out her beta course launch. And to her, that was just a really special moment. This is Kyle V. He made $23,000 in 2 months after joining Copywriting Course. Now, that's cool, but what's even cooler, that he springboarded that into a 7-figure SDR training company in just 2 years. He got 7 meetings, 3 deals, and $23,000 in sales from an email that we helped him make inside office hours. He got a 68% open rate on this email, which was his highest ever. And like I said, he used the success to springboard into a 7-figure agency. And whenever you learn something at Copywriting Course and apply it to your business, and it does well, a lot of people are like, I wonder if I could do this for other people or do an ad agency or apply this to other different businesses. And that's a really serendipitous thing that happened. Just like Kyle, he took this success and turned it into a huge agency that was life-changing for him. Dr. J grew his practice by 47% since last year. And this was all through posting on the review forum that he was able to update all his pages across his website and all his email sequences. Then over office hours, he would come and we would discuss ideas and techniques to get better reviews from clients. And so by getting a lot more reviews and making a system out of it that we kind of developed for him, it's allowed him to grow 47% in 1 year. That's a pretty awesome result. Richard went from 0 website visits to #1 in a super competitive niche online. So he actually joined the course way back in December 2019. And I'm showing you this chart because you can see in December 2019, he was getting essentially no traffic. And then he quickly grew to #1 in his niche. And he learned SEO through our courses and through office hours. But then he absolutely crushed all the other competitors he was going after. Now he gets more than 200, 300,000 organic visits per month using the exact same strategies. And he actually had a couple of links that would make him money, some Amazon links on his site. And at one point he was getting so much traffic, he was making 1 sale per minute. That is insane. And that all springboarded from some SEO knowledge that he learned inside of Copywriting Course and started applying that and just doing it over and over and over again until he became the biggest in his entire niche. This one's pretty interesting. Dr. K made $100,000 in about 7 weeks with a launch that she did with us. So she scored a 6-figure launch with 51 sales in just 7 weeks. And man, that was just the start. She used office hours and the forum to rewrite all of her sales sequences. Sales sequences are the backbone of her business. And she wanted to pre-write all of them instead of, last minute writing all of these. So she used her help on all of them and she got that help. And she actually started making more money from her site than her job as a full-time physician. That is a pretty crazy result. This is Rob. He has really used office hours and the forum really well. And in that time, he's published 3 books and built 130,000 plus audience on Instagram, and also started a YouTube channel, a podcast, and so many more different side projects he tried to validate with the help of the forum and office hours. So he extensively used our forum and office hours to get help with all of these projects. So even people who are starting off projects and don't have a big business, if you want to get help validating or creating some sales pages or materials for it or strategy, come to office hours or use our forum and get feedback. So Rob, in a short period of time, he self-published 3 books, getting writing and brainstorming help inside of the office hours. And it was just really impressive to watch him do that. And it actually inspired a lot more people to write their own books. And the other thing is he built a super popular divorce Instagram page with 130,000 followers, and it's quickly growing every single day. And he's turned this into an entire business. And every week he comes to office hours. Every week he uses the forum to bounce ideas, get feedback, and he has definitely more than 10x his investment from Copywriting Course. And we're really proud of him for that. Brian K got featured on the Joe Rogan podcast, one of the biggest podcasts in the world. And the first time he mentioned this in our forum, he said he was going on a quote unquote big show and needed help with his site. This meant he wanted to optimize his landing pages. He had just started a podcast. And so he wanted to get more people to listen to the podcast, watch the podcast, and subscribe to the podcast after going on the Joe Rogan show. And what he did was he used our forum and our office hours to get feedback on his website pages. This was his homepage, his sales pages, any sort of product descriptions, his subscribe page, podcast page, contact, all that kind of stuff. And we really just kind of reorganize things and optimize them. And the reason for doing this is whenever people go on Joe Rogan, they get a lot of attention. So there's this big bump in traffic. And if Brian didn't do that before, he would have potentially missed out on a ton of traffic and subscribers. But when the show aired, he was totally positioned to capture the most amount of emails and the most amount of subscribers and make the most out of this awesome opportunity he had. Now, inside the Copywriting course, we have a wins page, and every month it's updated with so many different wins that is just impossible to almost put our minds around it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a bunch of rapid fire wins with you over here. I'm going to go real quick just to show you that the amount of different types of wins that people have had. I mean, people with big businesses, medium businesses, small businesses, people validating businesses, the list goes on. So I'm just going to rapid fire some wins here. So check these out. So Thomas more than 2x'd his Facebook ads conversion from just a few posts in the forum. Just post on the forum and bam, doubling his Facebook ads conversion. That's huge. Steve generated 410,000 views on Reddit during Black Friday. He came to office hours, asked a couple of questions about how to do some Reddit marketing, and man, he just killed it. Michael created a last-minute sales campaign and had a great Black Friday that was the most orders he ever had. Daniel's cold outreach on Reddit resulted in 16 to 20% response rate, which is super high, and a 10% sign-up rate. Patrick got 500,000 plus views on YouTube and 11,000 subscribers. I mean, and now it's grown even beyond that. And Sean got help with his best man speech. So he really wanted to write a good best man speech, wanted some help and was like, is this the right place? Can I do this in office hours? And I was like, you know what? We're writing, so why not? And he had a great best man speech and posted a video of it and people were cracking up and crying and it was great. Laz's sales page converted at 13%. So from going from down to like 1 to 5% to 13%. So for every 100 visitors, he converted 13 people, which is crazy good. Josh got unstuck and launched his podcast. Like I said before, a lot of people just want some reassurance that they're doing the right thing, going in the right direction. So a lot of people come to the office hours in our forum to make sure that they're going in the right direction. And Josh finally got unstuck and launched his podcast and a bunch of other ideas that he validated. Cynthia wrote a simple email like recommended in an office hour she came to, and it immediately resulted in 4 sales. Now, this may not sound like that big of a deal to some people, but if you're just getting started and you make your first 4 sales, I mean, this is really, really big. Carrie got leads in under 1 hour after turning on the Facebook ads we helped her make. So by coming to office hours, by coming to the forum and getting some help with her Facebook ads, she got leads in under 1 hour. I mean, that's some fast turnaround and some fast results. Christopher rewrote this ad headline and his CTR jumped more than 2x. So just from a quick suggestion, he increased his CTR more than 2x. Now think about it. In your business or your line of work, if you double something, will that more than 10x your investment in Copywriting Course? In some places, absolutely, by far, yes. Nick rewrote some ad copy and got 3 leads in under 24 hours after joining Copywriting Course. Now, tell me that that's not a pretty cool thing and a cool feeling that you buy Copywriting Course, you post some feedback and you want some help with it and you get 3 leads in under 24 hours. That's pretty cool. Russ changed his email strategy around and his open rates increased by more than 10%. That's a big deal. By just changing a couple of things around on the email strategy that we helped him with, that's pretty good. Kim got unstuck and published his first digital product and made sales. I remember when I first made my first dollar online, it was a really pivotal moment in my life. I always remember it. And whenever someone publishes their first digital product and think that no one's going to buy it and someone buys, it's a big deal and it just like unlocks something in your brain that gives you a lot more confidence. Richard is getting 380,000 visitors per month to his site. He said it wouldn't have happened with the Copywriting Course. I mean, without the Copywriting Course, it wouldn't have pushed him in the right direction. So glad to be part of that journey too. Brian's emails are doing much better just from forum recommendations. His open rates went from 43% to 71%, click rate from 8% to 12%, subscriptions created from 4% to 16%. I mean, these are just bananas results. Alicia landed her first 5-figure client. So if you are a freelance copywriter or someone who's just a freelancer in general on anything, we actually help with this kind of stuff. We help people with their client work all the time too. And Alicia actually came to us asking for some help getting bigger and bigger clients and some pricing stuff. And we pushed her in the right direction and she got a 5-figure client. I mean, that's a big deal. Mike's newsletter open rates are way up from advice just given in the forum and office hours. So now they're regularly getting 30 to 40% open rates after taking some of the advice that we gave them. Dylan landed his first big client thanks to advice from members in this forum. That's always super cool to hear someone get a big client like that. And then Rob started a new brand and built his audience to over 134,000 followers. That is amazing. Michael received a huge bonus After updating the emails and sales pages using the AIDA formula, his client noticed that the click rates went through the roof. That is so awesome to hear. Phoenix grew her audience 10x and did a ton of customer research from advice in this forum. I mean, that's a big deal. If you're trying to grow a personal brand or grow your presence online and you 10x your audience pretty quick, that's a pretty cool result. Parker started getting more product reviews from just some small changes that we had in the forum and the office hours. That's a big deal. Product reviews are sometimes the lifeblood of a small business, and learning how to get more is a big deal. Cynthia got a bunch of signups for her class and sold products, and she used the AIDA method to write an email. So she learned about the AIDA formula in some of our courses and got some help inside of the forum and started getting real life results and real life signups. Christopher made $11,000 with one email that we helped him make inside of the forum. So he got 19 purchases of a $597 product with an open rate of 20% and a click rate of 1.8%. That is pretty cool for some help that he got inside of the forum. He definitely more than 10x his investment in Copywriting Course. Not only that, but he can do that again and again on all of the emails that he sends. Candace changed her path and boosted her income after enrolling in Copywriting Course. She also learned how to cold pitch and now has regularly paying gigs. She wanted to land regular copy work and get regular gigs from companies, and she already got that. Just from going to the Copywriting Course, watching a couple of our videos, and coming to office hours, she applied all the principles we taught her and now is getting regular paying gigs. Michael doubled his revenue on Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. And this is just from advice we gave him about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. This is often where people make a lot of their money. And if you do this correctly, you can make a lot more money. Rob gave us credit for helping with his book, and now it has 40 plus reviews. A lot of times people are very nervous when they self-publish a book. They think no one's going to read it. And he got 40 plus reviews pretty quick with some of the advice we gave him. That is awesome. Nicolette was tired of figuring things out on her own, so she now uses the community to help with her copy. So if she has a client or something or needs feedback on anything, she comes to us and says, hey, what do you think about this? And people in the forum give her advice, or people in office hours give her advice, and she can make better content based off that advice. Quang needed to submit 2 pieces of email copy when applying for a new job, so he wanted to run it by us, and his new employers loved the emails so much, he got the job. That is a life-changing result. Michael's website went viral on TikTok, resulting in 3,000 plus sales. This was something that he was kind of validating inside of our office hours and our course, and whenever it went viral, it got 3,000 plus sales. I mean, that is a success if I ever heard one. Timothy got feedback on a one-pager. His boss loved it so much, now it gets sent out multiple times a week. And he says, I call that a win. And Tim, I call that a win as well. Thomas sold out within a day after getting feedback on his newsletter in the forum. So he has an email newsletter about high-end pens, and he sends it out all the time. But we were just like, I bet we can make this a lot better. And just by coming to a few office hours, he structured his email newsletter completely different and added sales to it. And he sold 130 boxes in less than a day. And he says 18 hours to be more exact. I would call that a huge win. And definitely he 10x'd his investment in the Copywriting Course. So as you can see, we have helped a lot of different people with their copywriting, with their design, with their strategy, with their pricing, with their home pages, emails, sales pages, landing pages, email signups, collect newsletters, everything. And we want to show you this because Copywriting Course is for such a wide variety of people. I always want to say it's for one person, but there have been people who are freelancers that come to us and do really well with it. There are people that are starting their businesses that come to us and do really well with it. There are people with big established businesses that come to us and increase their conversions and do even better. And let me just toot my own horn and talk about Copywriting Course a little bit through the eyes of others. So here are some testimonials from some cool high-up people.
When I was putting together $1 Million Weekend, I had about a week before I had to send it to my publisher. I called up Neville from Copywriting Course, and he literally saved my ass and what I believe helped make $1 Million Weekend a New York Times bestseller, number 8. And he just changed the game. And if you go back, I think around 20 years when I met him and he started teaching me copywriting, I didn't realize the impact of how much just changing the words can make you so much more money, and also just have more fun connecting with your audience, customers, fans, and so forth. And it applies in every part of your life. When you're writing an email to your wife, or where they're asking for a raise, just the impact of what copywriting is. And even, I think 15 years ago when I started AppSumo, Neville was the one who started writing our emails, changed it dramatically, and it was just kind of crazy because my emails were like, hey, go buy this product, and Neville was really telling stories and using copywriting to make such a big impact. And we had our first $10,000 email day because of Neville, and now our email days, it's something like $30,000 to $50,000 a day from the emails we send. So his impact on copywriting and teaching me and impacting AppSumo changed my life.
All right, so I've bought 2 courses in my life, and the first one that I bought, and actually the most impactful, was Neville's copywriting course. It changed my life. I had no idea about copywriting, and I took the course, and it broke my frame on what good writing is, and I eventually used what I learned. It was basically the foundation for building my company, The Hustle, which I ended up selling for tens of millions of dollars. And taking Neville's course, it honestly was the thing that got that whole idea started. And I used everything I learned in the writing, and we created a newsletter that reached millions of people a day. So it's an awesome course.
Hey, I started Copywriting Course 3 years ago without a business, just an idea. And I have Instagram now with 137,000 followers. I've got paying clients. And the number one reason I have to say that I've been successful is because of the weekly office hours with Neville. It's like just a superpower to be able to show your website, show your emails, show your strategy, and have Neville like real time improve it in 15 minutes. If you're an entrepreneur doing this on your own, it's a very daunting feeling. You don't have anybody to check out your work, give you critical feedback, and put it into action. It's like a cheat code having Neville in your corner and supporting your business and whatever you're trying to create. Highly recommend anybody work with Neville and the copywriting course. You will not regret it.
Scott said Neville's copywriting course and content is a game changer. It's 10x better than any other sales material I've ever studied. We've heard this a lot, that the casual and fun tone of copywriting course helps people learn better. And it's not just boring videos you go through. It's just a lot more fun than that, and has a review area and has office hours. It's just so much more helpful than standard videos that you just watch on YouTube. Eric Sue said, I read Neville's blog and was fascinated by how he made an income online and wanted to copy the same model. I learned so much from his writings online alone, and even started my own content agency from him. Ross Hudgens of Siege Media says, Neville takes part in a bunch of startups like AppSumo and The Hustle and puts out his many skills to the world and making an impact. Chris Doe from The Future says, Neville shares insight that might help you in your business. Familiarity ruins your ability to critique something. You can't relive a first impression. So introducing fresh eyes to your problem almost always leads to better insights. Cody Sanchez says, I think the best way to learn copywriting is reading some of the greats. I like Neville Medora's copywriting course. We even hired Copywriting Course to train all of our writers. Tim Solo, the CMO of the big SEO company Ahrefs, said, we bought our whole marketing team subscriptions to Copywriting Course so they can get feedback on all of our pages. This helps us optimize each page much better. This is a great use for companies. If you want to send all of your employees to Copywriting Course, they can upload some of your content, whether it be blog post, sales page, landing page, pricing page, anything, and get feedback and updates to make everything convert a lot better. Just imagine the return on investment that gets when you multiply that across all of your employees. Those are some really nice reviews from some really cool people. And just to keep going on Copywriting Course, I got to say, we've got the experience and the numbers and can hopefully help you. So there's 1 billion plus emails sent, 49,000 plus product sales, 35 different industries we've helped, millions of dollars in digital sales. We help dominate search results with great content for a lot of companies, 745 plus consulting sessions for private individuals. We run the top copywriting blog. We have 1,350 articles written. We've landed in 2.7 million plus inboxes, probably a lot more than that actually. We have really got the experience and the numbers, and we hope this proves that we can help you too. I mean, just look at the companies we've worked with. This is a small slice of companies we've worked with. I mean, we can't even just fit them on a slide to where it's like you could even see it. This goes on and on and on and on. We have worked with so many different companies, from small startups to big companies to people just getting off the ground. We've got the experience through the whole gamut and different industries. Now let's talk about the founder over here, myself, Neville Medora. So let's talk about some things. I've helped apply great copywriting and marketing to all the companies I've been part of, such as House of Rave, Copywriting Course, Nevblog, Swipefile, The Hustle, HustleCon, Pink Java Media, Real Savvy, Sumo.com, Copy AI, and AppSumo. And I would love to help you do the same. I've had tens of thousands of students come through Copywriting Course and learn writing from me and make their own serendipity by learning how to write better, publish online, get noticed for jobs, gigs, clients. And I've helped 750 plus companies myself. And I've been at this for about 20 plus years, and I'm always learning new stuff. I'm always curious about writing, marketing, conversion rate optimization, SEO. I love doing that stuff. And hopefully that enthusiasm shows through and helps you learn too inside of the Copywriting Course. So here's a quick recap of what the Copywriting Course is. Number one, it's a set of courses designed to teach you copywriting and sales. So you log in and watch videos. We even have a roadmap that you can follow along if you don't know where to start. Number two, it's a 24/7 review community where you can get your copy updated and refreshed. So you post in our custom built forum, and myself and all the writers see it and all the other community members, and we'll give you feedback on how you can change stuff. And my favorite way of giving feedback is just rewriting people's stuff. Instead of saying, how can I improve this cold email and giving you a lot of different tips, I say, what if you just did this and rewrite it? It's one of the best ways to learn by you taking an attempt, getting corrected, and then making it better. That's the best way to learn I've seen with 10,000 plus students. Number three, you're gonna get writing assignments that help you practice, and then you can even get feedback on them and then become a better marketer. For example, we have this assignment where you learn the AIDA formula, and I have you try to sell me a boat. In this, you'll apply what you just learned in the video and write a pitch trying to sell me a boat. And myself and writers give you feedback on this, and this helps you become a better writer. Writing assignments where you get feedback and improve are the way to go. Number four, you'll get weekly live office hours to discuss your project or your writing one-on-one. This alone is what people say is just one of the best things about Copywriting Course, that if you ever get super stuck and it's something that you'd like to just discuss back and forth with myself, then you can just hop on every Thursday and talk to me. So many connections have been made in office hours and so many cool things happen that a lot of people will watch the replays or come and watch the calls without even participating just to see what people are working on. And because these are private calls, people talk about their numbers openly. They talk about revenue openly. It's so much more interesting than what you can see online publicly because a lot of people don't personally share those types of numbers. And number five, you get a community of business owners to network with and copywriters. And this is a big deal. A lot of people have got gigs and had cool things happen because of who they met in Copywriting Course. For example, Dan became the CMO of a 7-figure agency by connections he made inside the Copywriting Course. Or Michael became the COO of a big content company and a big company across the world from someone he met on Copywriting Course, and they started working with each other and eventually made a partnership. Or get this, I was in California one time and a Copywriting Course student called me up and said, hey, do you want to meet Jamie Foxx? And I was like, are you joking? And sure enough, this guy knows Jamie Foxx. Long story, but a Copywriting Course student helped me hang out and party at Jamie Foxx's house twice. So a lot of random, strange, serendipitous things happen when you're part of communities like that. And that stuff happens all the time inside Copywriting Course. People form partnerships. People say, hey, can you help me write this? People meet in the DMs and meet up offline and say what's up to each other and start working together. It's just a great community where a lot of things can happen. So when you join the Copywriting Course, you get all the tools to help you make better emails, sales pages, one-pagers, home pages, about pages, sign-up forms, promotions, pop-ups, product descriptions, images, SEO, content, cold emails, pitch decks, and video scripts, and a lot more. So these are all great reasons to become a member of Copywriting Course right now. We really hope to see you inside the members area. I don't think you'll regret it. And we want to make you the best writer, the best marketer possible, and learn the whole full stack of marketing and marketing psychology and learn how to apply it into real life. My name is Neville Medora. I will see you inside the members area. So let me tell you why to act now, this very instant, to join Copywriting Course and sign up earlier rather than later. Whenever I first learned copywriting, I started learning about it because I had my own business and wanted to send out emails and get people to buy from the emails. Well, I started doing it. I started making newsletters that I thought people would really enjoy. I spent hours making the images and the text and the layout and had these big buy now buttons on every single product. And my e-commerce business saw $0 from these emails. And I was sending them out to 7,500 previous customers. So these are people who had already spent money with me and no one was buying anything. So I just thought, okay, email marketing isn't that great and people are just lying about it. Well, one of my friends told me to go study copywriting. And I did. I started reading every book I could get my hands on. I started reading the Gary Halbert letters. I started reading Ogilvy on advertising and all these other classic books, staying up till like 6 a.m. every day, fascinated that I'd found this new skill called copywriting. And what happened was I immediately got two things very quick. I got happy and angry at the same time. And I was very happy because I had just learned copywriting and I feel like everything I could do now and sell, I could make it better with this copywriting technique. But I was also simultaneously very angry because everything I had done in the past marketing-wise seemed to be wrong now that I knew copywriting. So all those emails I was sending, I was just like putting as many products as I could inside of the emails and putting big buy now buttons next to them, thinking that someone would just click on them. I realized through copywriting, I was like, that's not the way to do it. What if I talked about one product for the entire email and showed how good it was and showed all the features it had and told people other ways that they could use the product so they could buy this product and use it for many different use cases instead of just one. And so I was just happy and angry that I had learned copywriting, but angry that I had been applying it wrong to everything. And then the other thing is, since copywriting is basically the psychology of getting people to take action, I realized that I was doing a lot of things in my personal life wrong as well. This was a surprising fact, but I realized that a lot of times if I said, hey, friend, can you do this thing? I was going about it all the wrong way. Whereas if I wanted to do it the copywriting way, perhaps I would have told my friend to do that thing using the ADIT formula. And that would have been a much better way to get them to do the thing and be happy about doing the thing. So, like I said, I was just happy and angry at the same time I learned copywriting because happy I learned this new technique, sad and angry that I had done everything wrong. So that is why I say act now. Buy Copywriting Course now, because even if you watch a couple of videos, it can completely shift the mentality of the way that you approach selling things, meaning selling a product, selling an idea, selling a concept that you're writing inside of a blog post, selling something that you're putting out to social media. These are all things that can be updated with copywriting, and I would encourage you to do it now rather than later. And what happens is whenever people buy Copywriting Course and they learn some of these concepts, they realize, holy cow, I can use this forever in every part of my life, in my whole entire life from now on. So that is why I say act now, buy Copywriting Course, and I will see you inside and hopefully help you 10x the way you communicate.